Last night, we told you about the end of a housing project planned for people with disabilities. The project was 5 years in the making. The lease agreement between the Northwest Territories government and the NWT Disabilities Council has fallen apart, and the government wants the land back for something else. Nadeer Hashmi has more for us tonight on who's affected and what is at stake.
It's just very emotional, very tough.
Brian Carter is the chair of the NWT Disabilities Council. He is preparing to leave the Northwest Territories in the coming weeks. Along with his deteriorating health, he says one of the reasons is finding an accessible home for himself and his family.
We had discussed about the possibility of moving into that home, and now I'm forced to make a major move on our own, disabled, with 3 of us disabled.
The council has worked on architectural designs and fundraising for the past 5 years. For Carter, the project would have meant greater security and stability.
My health is going down. I've got heart problems. I've got diabetes. My legs need to be amputated. I had cancer surgery last year that after a long delay, I was running my business while hooked up to a catheter. Yeah, it became very personal to me.
With the project in limbo, Carter says people will continue to be transferred to institutions down south.
It's going to mean they're losing their contact with their communities. People lose their sense of dignity. And, you know, as disabled people, that's a big thing, is to be able to live in dignity.
In a statement, the government's housing corporation said it needs the land for another project. It also said the council didn't meet the deadlines under the lease agreement. Carter disagrees.
We met every milestone. I asked them to provide the proof of that, provide their letters to us requesting certain milestones. I can show you the ones that we provided to them requesting the next steps.
The Northwest Territories Human Rights Commissioner calls the situation a setback for people with disabilities, as there's a significant need that is not being met.
Well, it certainly affects people's human rights in the broader scheme of things. You know, if you take a look at the UN Declaration, it's certainly an issue that would show up there.
Advocates says it's especially a struggle to get resources in the north, and it becomes a bigger problem for people with disabilities.
Quite often the people in the north are are sent away. And that's already difficult, but it can be that much more difficult for someone with a disability.
Pictures of family and so on are packed away as well. Basically 26 years of memories. The collapse of this project is more than just bureaucratic failure. It's a devastating blow to people living with disabilities in the Northwest Territories who remain chronically underserved across housing.
Carter says he feels sad for the people of the north and says another project like this could take another 10 years. Nadeer Hashmi, CBC News, Yellowknife.